I was working with this client during a distant Reiki session, and it looks just like this. So I'm on a screen, you're on a screen, just like this through Zoom. And we do a lot of talk therapy in the beginning. We do a lot of talk therapy at the end. And in the middle part, my Reiki table is over there. So that's why I point over there. And I go and I actually work on my Reiki table as if you are here, as if my client is sitting in this room, laying on that table. I have a surrogate stuffed bear. He's huge. So I perform the Reiki and I send that distant healing to your body where you're laying, which is normally in your home, in a comfortable place. And it's just like quantum entanglement, and it's magical and it works and it blows my mind. So during this session, so a lot of my clients usually know why they're there, like why they wanted to have one of these sessions in the beginning. This client really didn't. She was just like, I've heard about this. I kind of wanted to try it. I'm just kind of going to show up, right? So she shows up, and sometimes we don't process everything that we need to process in the beginning of the session. So a lot of the time, so we're processing, we're working through the things that you want to work through in the beginning. We're bringing all those front and center before we actually do the Reiki healing. And then we process it all at the end of the session. She had no idea really why she wanted to do this. And I said, okay, sometimes we don't have to have this beginning part. We go straight to the session because the body tells me what it is that it wants to work on. And every session I do is different, so I never know what to expect. So that's why this job is amazing, and I love it so much, and I'm super passionate about it because I have seen magical results from it. So while I'm doing her session, I don't really know anything about her except from what she filled out on this intake form. And the images come to me because I'm very clairvoyant. The images come to me that she's a middle child, and that she has an older sister and a younger brother, and that her childhood upbringing was a bit chaotic and traumatizing in a sense. I usually get shown a timeline, so when I'm working on the bottom of the body, so the knees and the legs and the feet, I get a lot of family history there from the body. It wants to talk to me. So I'm gathering all of this, and I'm like, there's something that happened that is deep-seated from being a middle child from her childhood. And it did show me where and why this had happened and what time frame in her life it had happened. And so after the session, you kind of have to have the courage to like say this, because you're like, I saw this and your body showed it to me, and people are like, great, that's fantastic. Didn't really want you to see that. So I was telling her, I was like, are you a middle child? Do you have an older sister and a younger brother? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, did you have a little bit of a rough upbringing with some trauma? There were some things with mom and there were some things with dad, and that caused a lot of issues with you being the middle child. And she was just like, everything about her body just released. Everything just like opened. And she was like, that's why I came here today. I'm like, sometimes you don't know, why you come. You want to, and there's something there waiting for you, but you're not quite sure what. So we unpacked everything after the session. So the follow-up stuff that we talk about afterwards. And that was the healing process for her. It was shifting and it was opening on the table. The energy was doing what it needed to do to get to that part of her that needed to be healed, that needed to be worked through, that needed to be processed, that no longer really needed to be deep rooted within her. And everything just started coming out. And she felt so much release and so much comfort and so much calm and peace. And so not every single time do you need to know why you're going to one of these sessions. You just kind of are called to them. And your body's like, go try this. You don't need to hold on to that anymore. So if you'd like to book a session with me, just reach out.